All right, what's going on, guys? We're back live again. The weekly golf segment here with Green Means Go, breaking down this week the U.S. Open at OAKMONT. What's going on, Green?
Not a whole lot. I'm excited for a non 20 under event, hopefully coming up here. Looking forward to the week. Although you, I think, are more excited than I am this week, which doesn't usually happen. I'm usually the one pumped up, and you're more cautious. And now I feel like I'm more cautious, and you're pumped up. So,
I was gonna say this is a little disappointing. Like the tone I'm picking up, it's very look, man, we got the NBA Finals tonight. We got,
you're right.
um, you know, we got
Yep.
OAKMONT this weekend, the U.S. Open.
Afternoon baseball's on.
Yeah, like there's no reason to be down in the down the dumps right now. Like, geez.
I think the
Look,
Pacers are done.
Ray,
I know this isn't.
Big play Ray's here. He's ready to go. He's fired up.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
look at
glad
this.
Ray's here. He took a
Yeah.
few days off from the YouTube videos, and I was a little sad because Ray is Ray's a what do you call those people? A hardcore supporter, maybe a
A
ride or die,
diehard.
die
Yeah.
hard.
An
Yeah,
ultra.
I think the Pacers are done. I know this isn't a Pacers show, but I just I
Good.
I I looked at that OKC -1.5 series spread at -150, and I thought that's too good. I don't know if the Pacers win another one. I think it's 4-1. But
Good. That's what we want you to think.
I know. I said they were not going to beat the Bucks, and that was a long time ago. So, um, and tickets actually came down. Tickets
Yeah,
there's
yeah. People always think they can get more than they can.
they're sub 600 right now, which
Yeah.
they were up in the 900. So
Yeah, I know it's a slightly different market, but I mean, as a Colts season ticket holder, I'm looking on a weekly basis, a couple times a week, actually checking ticket prices. And people always think, especially for like marquee games, like let's say when they have a prime time matchup or like a big noteworthy opponent, people always like really hike it up, and then it's you can start to see it get a little bit more realistic the closer in it gets.
Yep. But okay, let's talk golf. Enough of
Yeah,
the
so
hoops.
right. I mean, first, I guess we could talk about last week, a week that we were mutually not overly excited about. We, it just wasn't like a incredibly inspiring field. There was no Scotty, but we were just kind of, I don't know. But however, I think we ended up doing pretty good, huh?
Yeah, I would say I think our three outrights, we said Sam Burns, Sung J M, and Wyndham Clark. M missed the cut. Clark finished middle of the pack, and Sam Burns went to the playoff. So, I mean, again, it's hard to celebrate a second place, but at least the read was there. We got if you pull up the screen, we had 1, 2, 3,
Oh, yeah.
4, 5, 6 guys from the model getting to the top 20. Rory looked pretty bad. Sung JM pretty bad. Harry Hall, I think, was like 24th. Pendrith had some good
barely
rounds.
missed my top 20 bet.
Bo Hostler actually was an interesting. He's a good DFS play. He was like +5 in round one, and I think he ended. I don't know what he ended at, but he got it back to negative. So, for
Oh yeah,
not
Bill
having,
Hostler was incredible.
yeah,
I mean, that was my whole DFS lineup was Burns, Hall, Lowry, Hostler, Cam Young. Like,
yeah, you had a very good DFS week, and you
yeah,
mentioned a lot of names who were way down the list that ended up returning value and then some.
Robert T.
So,
Lee or what
yeah,
was Richard
the
T.
amount
Lee?
of
Not
messages
Robert.
I
No.
got from Zach on Thursday and Friday and Saturday of why didn't I just go with what Richard T. Lee? Yeah,
Richard T. Lee. Yeah,
Richard T.
yeah,
Lee. This is a message to everybody. Trust yourself. Trust your
yeah.
gut over anything in these, because it is worse pain to know you could have had it and you talked yourself out than to just go with it and to say, yeah, you know what, poor mistake there. So let's run through overall for not having data on the course, which we didn't last week. I think this was a pretty good showing. Now, we'll move into this week and we can fly through this because I think the value in this show that we do every week is when we just chat through everything.
Sure.
I just want to get through this. This is being played at Oakmont. Now, this course has not been played at since I believe 2016. That's a long time ago, really. In the grand scheme of things, you see Jim Furyk got second. That should tell you everything you need to know. But I think scores
Scott
are going to be
Piercy. Whatever
similar.
happened to Scott Piercy?
Probably, I don't know. I don't know. That's a name that I barely recognize.
Did he like slip
Um,
away to live? Like, yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
I think he was maybe done before. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know either. I think scores are going to uh, they're going to be similar. Scores from 2016 and now, I bet if you compared them, guys are going lower now. But I think this course is nuts. I'm sure if you keep up with PGA at all, you've seen the reviews, you've seen the practice footage, you've seen the roughs. These are narrow fairways. Some are only 20 yards wide, which is hard to conceptualize. But that, I mean, tour average, I want to say, is 30, 35. So significantly narrow fairways. If the rough isn't going to be bad enough, the bunkers are also church pew bunkers exist. So this is a brutal course. The greens are pretty massive. It's long. It's just going to be a track that we don't see very often. Both in terms of literally, we don't see Oakmont played very often, but in terms of just the difficulty of it. So, what stats matter? The best thing we can do, again, because the stats are only from 2016, and we can look at maybe comparable courses and just the dimensions of the course. It really just looks like it needs all around a guy who can do everything: strokes gained approach, driving distance, strokes gained putting, strokes gained off the tee. So you want people who are going to be long but also accurate. You want guys who can get to the green, and you want guys who can putt well. Duh, right? There's not a stat that really says they absolutely need this, which is what I feel like we have often. Okay, if you find a guy who can drive the ball far, that's what we said last week, they should do pretty well. This, not the case. You need somebody who can do everything. This is another one of those tournaments where you may hear people say, there's only 5 guys who can win this. I don't like saying that, but it's probably one of those tournaments where there's, only a few people who have what it takes truly to win this. Don't have any course history data just because of we don't have any course history. So when I ran the model, here's what I'm going to say. I don't like how this came out. Now, I am not going to sit here and say that I am better than what the model can do. But when I look at the results, I have questions. One of which is right here. Bryson DeChambeau should model well to this course. I don't know what was holding him back. I don't know where I forgot emphasis, where I added too much, where I didn't add enough. Bryson DeChambeau does not really appear outside of this one trial, which is bizarre to me because I think he is a favorite for a reason, and I think he is a top 10 guy this week. So when you have something that is overwhelmingly off and off significantly and often, I'm worried about the overall reputability of what I produce. Also, I don't like Colin Morikawa this week. And if we look at all the trials, the number one golfer is Scotty Scheffler, followed by Colin Morikawa. And I hate it. I don't think Colin plays well here this week. He might miss the cut is like where I am. Now, his strokes gained approach could help him. If he has an above average driving week, sure, he might be fine, but his putting isn't fantastic and his off the tee isn't fantastic. So it's just a bizarre result of the model. So this is what the model says. And again, it is alphabetical here based on the number of trials they appeared out of 10. So Scotty technically is your number one golfer, should be above Colin, but Colin alphabetically comes first. So yeah, the total score column is a little bit off. So here is what I have. Again, I'm perplexed that Bryson is not on here. I look at this otherwise, and I'm
let me ask something real quick. Maybe this is it? Because I don't see any. Or okay, never mind. That dispels that. I was going to say if it's like live guys are disproportionately weighted or potentially omitted, but I see Rom in there. So
yeah, they should be fine. Maybe I don't know if there's something to be said about. I put a lot of emphasis on hard courses. I don't know if Liv just doesn't play volume in terms of hard courses. Like I don't know how the courses they play line up against the PGA courses, but there could be an issue with there's not enough hard course data, and I weighted that significantly. So maybe that's what you could see, and I can guess double check that at some point. But I guess take this as a very, very loose roadmap for this week. Trust yourself, dive in, find a well-rounded guy, a guy who can make putts, a guy who can do it all, really. And best of luck to you. So we can run through this. You have anything offhand? Any guys? I mean, I know. You know what? No, I don't say anything. Okay, I know. I mean, just go ahead and do this. All right. Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Just save your breath. Your guy, Xander, doing it all. Okay, I know. Am I wrong?
So, well, I do believe he has the best scoring average in the history of the U.S. Open.
Okay.
I'm fairly certain of that stat. Unfortunately, number 2 is Morikawa, which ironically, yeah, he's the top of the model here, but I don't think either of us are necessarily rushing to the window to jump on Colin this week. I do think the Bryson stuff jumps out a little bit because, yeah, I mean, the general, I guess, conversation consensus seems to be that this is a good setup for him. He's obviously playing at the top of his game. He's been in great form, even on the majors that he has come over for, because as we've discussed almost ad nauseum, impossible to know what kind of stock to put into the live results. But, he's played well in the majors. This lays out, I think, or plays the closest comp I guess I've heard is Winged Foot, which obviously Bryson won. So I think that's why you're hearing some of that. Everybody always makes a big deal with the rough, the thickness. There's all the pictures of people standing in it, dropping balls in it, the whole deal. Bryson's angle of attack, you could make the argument, plays well to that because it's, hey, who can kind of hack their way out of some of the thick stuff if you get into it. Or I think, as you alluded to, just avoiding the thick stuff altogether is going to be a pretty big, component to succeeding this week anyway. So with all that, yeah, Xander, I mean, I think I texted you a few days ago saying, go ahead and you can put me down on the Xander 22-1 train. I mean, the concern obviously is the putting. It just hasn't been there for him. He's been horrendous putting, scoring well almost every other category, but he's just been a disaster putting for whatever reason. My suggestion is maybe he should get rid of the stupid giant spider putter that he's using. I don't know why. I just kind of irrationally don't like those things.
Is he not using the one with the U?
It's like the big X. Like
it's not the one with the U. He used to use. Hold on, let me find it.
It's a giant, mallet putter that I just am, or I think it's called like a spider or something. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of those. I'm a fan of a traditional flat stick.
I feel like he used to use like this right here.
Yeah, not quite. It's a closed back.
Okay,
now.
yeah. He used to use because I got this. My aunt gifted me one like this in 8th grade. I still use it, and it was always like, "Oh, yeah, me and Xander have the same putter." So, yeah, I was unaware that he's changed, um, sticks there. So, okay, maybe he needs to go back.
Yeah, it's like yeah. Oh, yeah, because he was using the 7X, right? But now, yeah, I thought he was been using the Spider, the TaylorMade Spider. Maybe not.
You're
But
probably
anyway, I know that there was some talk that he wasn't loving the driver he was using. I think he's maybe gone back to what he was using before. Yeah, 7X. Yeah, so maybe you're right. He did go to the 7 it released this year. It's a red, yeah, the red Odyssey 7X putter is what he's using this year. So yeah, maybe go back. But I'm didn't mean to hate on your putter there, but I'm just not a fan.
It's okay.
It's not for me.
That's fine.
But anyway, so yeah, we know where I'm at there. I mean, the thought process being, I mean, look, he still hasn't really finished. I think the worst he finished so far, or at least recently, is like low 20s. He didn't quite get to the top 20 the last time, but he was like right on the cusp. The thought being, if he can figure out the putting, like he is one of the guys who has that full skill set, and I don't think he's really being priced as if he is. So that's gonna be my argument there.
I think advantage for a lot of these guys potentially is their week off. I think
Sure.
there are guys who maybe do better with a week in between. And I think Xander, knowing that he had a week to figure out some of these things for a guy that isn't horrible, right? He can do it. He's proven he can do it. I think a week off is good for Xander. So, I'm not going to probably bet him outright, but I think there's conversations about top placements, and I think he could figure it out. We'll just put it that way.
Well, and I was going to say, when you get into some of the intangibles that you need, which we can't really measure clearly, but to succeed on a course like this, it's generally like, hey, who's a guy who's not going to be emotional, who's going to be even keel, because you're going to get into some shit that is going to frustrate the hell out of you. And like, so, a guy like Terrell Hatton.
That's why Bryson's not on here. If you want, I actually, you said it's intangible. I can't measure it, but I actually put like level-headedness, composure in the model, and Bryson, I mean, he's out of it. So yeah, you got it, right? That's why Bryson's not on here. We've solved it.
Yeah, you just kind of have to be somebody that doesn't like let the problems compound, and will like go into a full-blown meltdown, right? So that's why a guy like we've talked about him the last couple of weeks, and it's a bet that I know I'm going to be on, but a guy like Wyndham Clark, not looking to get on board that this week either. Just been and I believe he's a former champ.
Really,
at the U.S. Open.
But you got to put an asterisk, wasn't he a former US remember, this isn't the same like Oakmont versus.
Oh no, I know. But like, it's just the thought that it's like, hey, here's somebody who at least has what it takes to win a major tournament of some degree of difficulty, right? So, I don't know. So yeah, Xander, obviously he's there for me. I'm curious look, like Fleetwood is a guy that he's going to play well, but he's the greatest golfer that just never wins anything.
Him and
right?
Cantlay.
I mean, he's just the guy he's just always there. He's always in the mix. He's always playing well. He just never wins. For whatever reason. Interested to hear what you think about Ben Griffin.
I was a little shocked that he continues to be relevant on here. Let's look at his.
Well, I mean, it's not like he hasn't been relevant in real life results either. Oh yeah, Wyndham Clark won in 2023 at LA Country Club.
There you go.
So there you go.
So if we look at Ben Griffin, holy cow, yeah, Oh man, what?
Okay, this is what I'm talking. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying.
So he
It's
wins the Zurich,
noteworthy.
which
Noteworthy.
is the team event. Then he immediately goes out and gets cut. Then he has a horrible performance at the beginning of May at the Truist, and then he goes 8th at the major, first at Charles Schwab, second at Murfield, and he took a week off. Wow. Okay. Now, if we look at more of the intricacies, yeah, I mean, I think will I bet him outright? No. But do I think at 7,200 there's a path to throw him in a lineup or two for DFS? Yeah. I think this is a guy who could
Yeah.
make the cut, who can return value at 7,200, which is crazy that he is half the price of Scotty Scheffler. Half. Scotty Scheffler is over 14,000 on DFS on DraftKings. That I don't know historical pricing. I don't know. No, I would wager that is the most expensive any golfer has ever been in the history of DraftKings DFS pricing. 14.4 is unbelievable to me. Like, I remember he was like 11.2 a few months ago, and we were like, "Oh, 11.2, how could you pay that?" He's 1,400. Will I have him? Yes, I will still have him.
Well, and like, look, being I mean, look, to make the cut, he's minus 2,000. Just plus.
Yeah.
Plus two. Oh man, he's here for the Dustin Johnson song. Man, we got a treat. I got a treat for you in the DJ department coming up here in a little bit. But yeah, which also brings me to a point that I asked you a couple days ago, and I intended to bring it up here, is when we're talking about Scotty, is it worthwhile? I looked ahead to because they have the next major odds up for the Open. And I can't remember, what was the price I said? It was like plus 450, maybe plus 475, something like that. Is that worth betting right now? Knowing that the only way that price gets any better than that is if he gets arrested or injured.
I mean, I was, yeah. I don't
like.
I mean,
I
don't know what changes. Maybe that the course is a little easier there, so more people are in play. But yeah, I don't know how often you're going to see Scotty over 400 the week of an event.
He's not even under over 3-1.
He's 280 right now.
I mean, the guy can't, right? So
yeah, so sure.
That's all I'm saying. That's a look ahead. That's just a look ahead nugget that I noticed. And my it's part of my findings that I wanted to share here. But
I will say, go ahead and bet him outright if you want. 275, 280. I don't even care. I think, like, I was waiting for him to start clicking. He's obviously clicking. He's not going to compound his errors. He's going to take his medicine when he needs to. If he struggles to putt, that's what's going to hold him back. If he gets off course, he's going to punch out of the rough. He's going to put one pin high because he always puts it pin high, and he's going to have a 10-footer for par. If those are going in, 280 is a fine number. And he seems to have figured out the putter, so to speak. So yeah, I will just say this, and then we can maybe look at a few props or DFS right here.
Man, you can't quit Decky, can you?
What do you think his price is? Don't look. What do you think his outright is?
I don't know. 40,
yeah, see, that's
30,
what I thought it would be. It's 70 to 1.
Yeah.
That's not for a guy who
That's in the Jordan Spieth range, the Ben Griffin range, Sam Burns.
yeah, for someone who can show up on hard courses. Now, he's not shown up. I don't even want to look. I don't want to talk myself out of this. And I know as soon as I start diving into what he's done this year, I'm going to go, oh, wait, maybe not a good investment. But, it's not, the record's not great. He puts better on Poa Anna. Is that how you say it? Poa Anna greens. His approach play has been good this year. And I have this feeling that Hideki is going to figure it out. He's going to use his week off to come back. But that's the only, outside of Scotty Scheffler, I don't want to play the game of trying to figure out who's here. But I do think we can make some DFS. I am tempted in the score. Where is that? What the final score is going to be? Where can we find that?
Let me look real quick. Because I was going to say, I have a couple of just what I deem noteworthy shouts here on this board before we get too deep into the exotics. And I'm seeing it 277.5, the winning 72 hole score.
277.5. So what is that? 4 under? 280 would be par.
Mm-hmm.
So 4 under wins you the bet. I think that's a good bet. I think, yes, this is a difficult course. Yes, man and henchman. We didn't really hate on them as much today, but
he's loving the live. Yeah. He's a big live supporter.
Wind is supposed to be down. There could be some rain, which will soften some things up. I think -4 is very achievable, and I think it's a strong field. And I think I don't want to say that is my favorite play we've ever discussed on this show, in the history of the show. But I think we have a market overreaction to how difficult this is going to be. We only have one true subset of data from 2016. The game has changed. These guys are better than they were in 2016. I think we get -4. Now, you discuss what you want about this list. Give me some shouts.
So a couple of things. Number one, how do we feel? Scotty Xander, top 20, +106.
What's Xander alone?
-120.
How mad are you going to be if Scotty just crumbles and Xander makes the top 20? Would you rather pay the -120, or are you?
I don't know. It's hard for me to envision a scenario where that happens.
So you would be fine if you lose your bet because Scotty blows up.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, this is just a complete outlier.
Okay. Then I'm okay with that. I would just advise somebody like on principle.
What do you think Scotty is on his own to make the top 20?
Didn't you say it was -2,000?
Oh no, that was to make the cut.
Probably -8.
Yeah, 800.
Yeah. So
there's some other guys before we get into the we do need a song about birdies and bogeys. That's a good shout. But before we get into the I don't want to say negative vibes, just a little bit more picks of fading people and then some DFS shouts. Let me just throw a few things out there, see what you think. Harris English, top 20, +200.
I would like it a little closer to 250.
Okay.
But
That's including the ties. I mean, if you want to throw the ties in, I think you get the plus
okay.
250.
Yeah.
Uh,
Picking up steam, kind of
close
Ben
to.
Griffin-esque, appears on this. Isn't going to try to get too cute here. I don't think. I think he's got the class and the poise to get through the course. So sure, I'm okay with
Siwoo Kim, top 20, plus 220.
that. Too volatile, too loose. He compounds errors. We saw it a few weeks ago where he just kept falling apart at the end. I'm out on Siwoo. I can't.
Did you hear what he said recently about Scotty?
Oh boy, no.
He said that whenever you're playing with him and like watching him, it appears like the pin is reeling in Scotty's ball. Like it's like as if it's like it's on a fishing line and it's like the pin is just reeling
If
Scotty's
somebody's
ball
gonna say
towards the
that,
hole.
like a competitor, just bet Scotty. Like if that's the perspective of a competitor with him on the course, like Siwoo Kim is telling you where to put your money. Yeah, I mean, you can't play Siwoo Kim. Siwoo Kim's history at difficult courses is horrendous. I mean, oh my goodness. I mean, he makes the cut half the time. He's not got a top 30. His career at Winged Foot is poor. His approach play has lacked in the last few outings. Club head speed isn't fantastic. Like Harris English, I feel better about than Siwoo.
Any interest in Shane
Yes.
Lowry, top 20, plus 125?
Yeah. Again, was it last week he kind of fell apart at the end, and maybe the week before?
Yeah, I think he still was in the top
Yeah.
10.
Yeah, I'm okay with him here as well. I think he is one of the few guys who's just been playing a lot and has just in good rhythm. The model likes him, all things considered, for what he's been able to do this year. So yeah, Shane Lowry, DFS is in play, top 20 is in play.
Okay. So I think those are pretty much all the top 20 looks that I like. I mean, I wouldn't mind Sam Burns plus 190, but we've been going to the Sam Burns well a lot recently. And I don't know why. I don't love taking guys off of a playoff, whether they won or lost. It's not like a fatigue thing. It's not like, oh, they're going to be more tired because they play, I don't know what it is. It's just
yeah, I agree.
Just a personal thing here, I think. So there's some guys I think I like to miss the cut.
Okay. I like this. I need to know the rules though. I did not bother to look the rules. Top 50 and ties. What are we doing here?
Yeah, that's what is it? It's
top
a
60
cut, huh?
and ties.
60. Yeah.
Whew. Okay. So that's and again, think about this is my perspective now. Do whatever you want, but with how this course is going to be, it's going to be a lot of bunched up. With like you're not going to get a lot of rounds in the -3 and 4s. You're probably going to be about +5, like -2 to +5 is probably the bell curve, you know? So if you take that over 2 rounds and then you get 60 plus ties, missing the cut, you're going to have to give me a good number before I'm like, yes, missing the cut. Like they're going to have to fall apart. Yeah, Sam Bird's 5-foot putt to win is a tough break here, Alan. We are.
Yeah. I was that missed putt cost me quite a bit. And I mean, look, we still ended up on a positive week for the golf,
And that's the
but
worst when you're there.
it cost me a lot in winnings. That's the thing. It cost me a lot in unrealized gains in winnings. But yeah. Anyway,
Okay, give me.
that's why we're just taking a break. We're making Sam. He's taking a lap for that putt. That's why I'm not jumping on board. It has nothing to do. It's nothing personal. He's just got to take a quick lap, probably go right back to the Sam Burns well.
Easier course,
in the
easier
week in the
field.
fall.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah.
Okay, give me your missed cuts.
Nothing personal. Just don't make a habit of it, Sam. Don't make a habit of it. You can find yourself on the blacklist pretty quickly from that. All right. So anyway, good price here. Missed cut. Ludwig Oberg plus 165.
Okay. I mean, I don't like. We talk about it. I'm not a big Ludwig guy. He picked it up
Yeah.
last week, but again, manageable course and soft field. So, I don't hate you for it. I'm probably not tailing. How about that?
That's fine. Yeah. I mean, look, we're spitballing
Yeah.
some ideas
Throw me some
here.
more.
Okay. Well, one person that I especially like to not make the cut, Dustin Johnson.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Like now, I mean, you want to talk about somebody who's just checked out. But I don't know. I'm not like it's not hating on him. The man's just he's accomplished the highest highs in golf, in life, in
Did he get married this
he's
week? Or
yeah, with Paulina, and now he's making a gazillion dollars on the live tour to just play like shit every week. I mean, look, he's
so you don't buy into the fact that he's won here before, a true winner at Oakmont
no,
10
absolutely
years
not.
ago.
Absolutely not. Yeah, that was not this same player. That was not, if Tiger Woods was playing, like it's, it's
What's
a
the
different
price?
player right now. So the price isn't great, but that's not where we're going because the price is minus 145, which, look, it's a little pricey. Let me see let me pull this back up, who I had him paired with Wyndham Clark, who I mentioned earlier.
Sure. I do like that. I'll give you that.
Plus 209, Wyndham Clark with
Dustin
DJ.
Johnson is minus 138 on FanDuel if you want to get a slightly better price.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, sure. Shop around. We're not.
What's Clark solo on Draft? Are you looking at DraftKings?
120. Yeah, minus 120.
Wyndham is, well, where is he?
Yeah, and I guess as a disclaimer,
Minus 122.
before I kind of lock in bets and everything, we'll shop around, check all your outlets. For simplicity's sake, for the stream, it's just easier to have one book
Sure.
up and just kind of the general.
Yeah,
I generally use DraftKings when we're talking
213.
here, but it's just easier. They don't have a lot of these where you can shop on like odd screens for golf very well, unless you're looking at outright. So
yeah,
anyway,
I think
plus 213 for those DJ Wyndham. I mean, that like I'm betting that. So
what's funny is when I look at the model, the last thing I have plugged in, Dustin Johnson is ranked 105 and Wyndham Clark is ranked 106. They're right next to each other in terms of how poor they are. So, if you feel good about one, their style of play would say
there's no reason to be high on either of these guys right now. I mean,
yeah, Wyndham Clark's approach play is horrible. So even if he's driving the ball well and he's hitting fairways, if he's missing greens,
yeah, he's toast.
Yeah, I think you've got your eye on something here. I like the Wyndham Clark missed cut. Yeah. Do we have a round score for Wyndham Clark?
He's been playing horrible and like breaking his driver, as we discussed before. He's not in a good place. You're still looking for the round score.
Oh, 74. So he's got to be 5 over tomorrow. That's his line. 74.5. Wow. 5 over plus 115. Okay. Well, anyway, yeah, missed the cut. I don't hate it.
Well, like, what's first round leader going to be? 1 under?
Yeah, 1 or
2
I
under?
think 2. Maybe? 2 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I like that. Wyndham Clark, Dustin Johnson miscut for sure.
Yeah, that's gonna be something I'm in on. I mean, I don't love it, but like Joaquin Neiman plus 185 is a missed cut that like I'm potentially interested in just because I mean, look, the guy's got game, he's got great skills. He's winning multiple events on the Live Tour, and like to be fair, he's beating John Rahm in them. So like you can say what you want about the rest of the Live field, but like he's competing against John Rahm and beating him. And but for whatever reason, on these bigger stage events, Neiman just hasn't put it all together. Um, I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I mean, there's not many ball strikers that are, obviously the guy deserves all the praise in the world for being an elite ball striker, but it's just he can't put a full 4 days together, right?
Agreed. But yeah, it seems like when he gets in the
I don't see him anywhere on our list here
right,
either.
when he gets in that live bubble, he's comfortable. But it's like when the
Right.
fields get bigger and the eyes get larger, it's a little bit different. Yeah. Can we build some lineups? Because I think that's where I want to be this week.
Yeah,
I
sure,
I
sure.
just
I just had one person to make the cut that I was like, mostly just kind of wanted to see what your thoughts were on this person in particular. Is Phil Mickelson.
Okay. I'll I'll listen to you.
To make the cut, plus 145.
All right.
Now, the argument for him is like, look, the guy he's got great distance off the tee, right? Like he's the guy's driving the piss out of the ball still, even at his age. But um, you could make the argument when it comes to shot shaping, you know, Phil can get it done in that department, right? Like, I mean, look, like Phil knows that he can go left, he can go right, he can kind of I'm not trying to say he's going to put on like any type of signature performance here, but like make the cut.
Okay. Given what I said about the
I
cut,
think he could grind out the cut.
given what I said about how tight I think this is going to play, given that he is experienced and he understands what's at stake, he's probably going to play cautious. He's probably going to
Yeah,
adjust his game for what it needs to be. Um, you know, I think we look at the Masters where we were high on him. I think he probably went into that with a little looser, a little more confidence, a little more I've won here, I know here, let's go get it.
right.
I think this is a course where he's going to say, let's slow down, let's be calculated. The score's not going to be minus 15. I don't have to be aggressive, I have to hang around. So, all that being said, Phil Mickelson at plus money after his Live Virginia's where they played last week, and he was fourth. He played well in his 3 rounds.
That's what I mean. Like he's playing well.
Um, I mean, yeah. It's not overwhelmingly good. He's had some like Quail Hollow was pretty bad at the last major. Live Korea was pretty bad. He's taken some weeks off, but plus money plus 140. Okay.
what did he do here last time? Granted, a while back.
Okay. Let's see. Oakmont last time in
It's
2016.
worth checking, but I don't want to put too much stock
It's
into
yeah,
it.
he missed the cut. But
Mm.
interestingly enough, he gained strokes total in both round 1 and round 2. So I don't know. Might have to go look at a scorecard, see what the heck happened because he was playing well overall. Now my curiosity is piqued. Hold on. 2016. Here's what I'll also say. This may go down as the best logo in all of golf events. I love that little. I mean, this is a great. I'm gonna add it. I'm gonna add it to this. I mean, this is we gotta. I mean, look at this thing. That's a cool logo.
Yeah,
You're telling me you wouldn't have a shirt with this on it?
yeah, it's a good one.
So we'll just slap that there. Okay,
Like the winged
2016.
foot. The winged foot one's nice too.
2016 U.S. Open Oakmont. Let's check the leaderboard. Let's see what happened to. Holy cow! There are some scores on here. Oh my goodness! The cut was +6. People who made the cut.
Yeah, it's a gauntlet.
There's a guy who made the cut and finished +24. What? Okay, so Phil missed the cut at +7, so he was 1 off the cut. In round 1, rough back 9, bogeyed 5 of the holes, but played the front, technically the back, because he played it in reverse at -1. So he started off really well, and then went +2, +3 on the next, total of I mean, but he didn't have any massive errors. He just
and that's kind of where I'm feeling like he's, and like, look, we know like Phil is certainly susceptible to a big blow up hole.
Scotty Scheffler did play here as an amateur that year. Missed the cut at +7 also.
Like nobody's more likely than in the entire tour than Phil to get both an eagle and like a quadruple bogey in the same round.
I say do it. 140 is good.
Like,
Maybe even a
that's
DFS.
what I think. Just to make the cut. To make the cut, I feel like that's not bad.
Yeah. I will say this, and we're not sponsored, but as it relates to the bettors at home, I've only included promos for the 2 books that have yet to promo ban me. So check your Caesars, check your ESPN, check your Bet365. You may have promos. DraftKings has a 50% boost up to a 50%. I'll get 18%, and I'll probably bet Hideki. We'll see.
And a lot of times sometimes they'll give you those every day too.
Every day. So I usually just bet outrights every day, at $5 or $10 max. So, try to win $100+ have some fun, something to root for. DraftKings also has this promotion. A lot of people have tagged me in this or sent me a DM and said, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" So this is the interesting thing about this promotion. Some of you are familiar with the King of the Diamond, which is you bet home run hitters. If their team scores the most runs, you split a bet if you pick the guy who hits a home run. So what this is for King of the Course is you bet a guy to win outright. And if he has the most birdies in round 3, 4 combined, you win a share of $1 million in a bonus bet. So a couple ways to think about this. You have to decide what's best for you. This is a little more volatile and random than is the King of the Diamond. My suggestion for King of the Diamond is always play a guy nobody else is going to play. Don't play Judge. Don't play Ohtani. Don't play Schwarber, because people are going to play them. Therefore, if they win, your bonus bet's going to be $35. You don't want to win that. You want to win thousands. So, you may be tempted to bet Scotty Scheffler. 1, because he has a great chance to win. 2, because he's probably going to make a lot of birdies. But the free bet for Scotty Scheffler winning this is going to be $20 to $40. If that's worth it to you, knock yourself out. The way you are going to make a lot of money, and probably the plus EV way to approach this, is to pick a guy on this list that nobody else is going to pick. Go out and put your $5 on Russell Henley.
Put it on Xander plus at 22 to 1.
Xander is probably a not Scotty, but it's not sneaky, but it's not chalky. It's kind of right in the middle. It's realistic, but a lot of people, the most bet guys are going to be Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, Bryson DeChambeau. They're going to be guys at the top of the list. Go out and get a Brian Harman. Go out and bet Hideki, because if Hideki, listen, if Hideki makes a cut and is the birdie leader on rounds 3 and 4, your free bet is going to be over $500. And you have to decide, do you want to, you just have to decide, do you want to win the bet, or do you want to win a lot of money with a less likely outcome? So again, I don't think Bryson's a bad play. I don't think Scotty's a bad play. I think Xander is a slightly more plus EV play. And I think if you reach on down the list and have some real fun with it, I'm not. Here's the problem. I'm not going to be able to probably. What's Hideki at? Actually, over here. What's his odds on DraftKings?
I
Because
thought you
70 to
said he
1
was
would be
like
good.
75, yeah, something like that, 70 to 1.
So I'm just going to tell you right now. I'm going to opt into this.
I mean, I don't know. Hideki's not winning. He's not winning this.
But is he going to make the cut and be the best in rounds 3 and 4? Just a thought. He's 75 to 1. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to put the king of the diamond qualifying bet. I have to make a minimum wager of $5.
Let me see something.
Wow. It took the bet. Okay. I am in king of the course on Hideki Matsuyama. Stamp it, book it right here. Bet placed. Okay. There we go. For the stream, for the official play, Hideki Matsuyama. There you have it. And you're going to do Xander.
What is it that you're liking so much recently with Hideki's game?
I think Hideki knows when it's time to wake up. And I think it's time to wake up.
And I use the qualifier as recently, meaning like, because look, we've seen there's plenty to like about his game in recent years, but I just don't know that we're there right now.
Do you know how you felt with Richard T. Lee? If I don't do this with Hideki, I am going to be more mad than I trust myself. And Hideki is a robot in some aspects. I think the week off is going to do him wonders.
Seeing a lot of like, he's not. I mean, it's not like he's been bad, but he's just not. I don't know.
Don't tail it.
Just not really doing it for me.
That's fine. FanDuel.
I know. There's another guy, by the way, just another odd person I wanted to throw in. Somebody that I don't. Let me check the score real quick. Another missed cut person that I don't hate is Brooks Koepka.
Okay.
He's minus 140 on his own. So
to miss the cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
No. Wait. That's to make the cut. Sorry. We might be.
We don't want Brooks at all. We want nothing to do with Brooks.
No. He's another. He's like a fat and happy guy. He's just not. He's not the same guy. What happened to the Brooks I love? Right. He's just not. Plus 105 missed the cut.
Okay. If Hideki wins this tournament, I will get this. I'll get this logo tattoo. Okay.
Well, I don't know that you'll be visiting any tattoo artists anytime soon. What do we have? Man, Brooks and Wyndham plus 275.
Can you round robin Brooks, Wyndham, and
that's what I was
just
Dustin? About to try to do. Yeah, because that's going to happen. If it'll let me round robin those, like that is absolutely happening.
You can build them yourself, which is probably fine, but I don't know if it'll let you do it.
Yeah, it will. It will.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's giving me the option. It won't. Yeah. To do it three ways, I have to kind of do it my own, but that's fine. It's plus 535 on its own.
Oh, wow, you can. Okay. Yeah, 527 on FanDuel. Who do you really like to make the cut? But I want kind of a middle guy.
To make or miss?
You said it. Make. You said it. Mickelson.
Yeah.
Oh, what? You can't do.
You can't do a make and miss.
Yeah, you can't do a make and miss.
I guess they would like say those were
correlated.
But I mean,
yeah, that's a good point. Well, at least on FanDuel, you might be able to on some poverty books, but that's interesting. Yeah, that would be a nice. Whatever. Okay, let's build a lineup.
Yeah, we're gonna be in there though on the missed cut. So I've been writing down. I have some notes on a little bit of a recap here, but let's see. So my first run through on a lineup, and I feel like some guys like their prices adjusted or something because I don't remember having leftover funds, but that's all right. First run through, we had we had Xander Rahm, Shane Lowry, Harris English, Corey Connors, and Siwoo Kim.
I hate it.
I know you. Well, you hate Siwoo. Like a lot of those, like you hate a lot of those guys. Those are some of my guys, some of my crew mates in there. So the Corey Connors one is probably who I don't know, for whatever reason, I'm the least confident in him. He's the guy I was kind of open to replacing. Now I can afford, like Sepp Straka was a guy I looked at. I can afford him. I can.
The model says go for that.
Yeah.
I mean, Sepp Straka. Oh wait, it's okay. You shut the thing off, but he's.
I can. I mean, I can go back. It was just I didn't want it. No more free promos to DraftKings.
Yeah, absolutely, totally agree there.
But let's see. Yeah, Straka's up. Yeah, I mean, look, like Straka could do well here, but yeah, 3 at the Memorial, 75 at the PGA, not great. Missed the cut, but then 113, 60. I mean, I guess that's the only down. I mean, he's been incredible everywhere except the majors. 2 pretty poor, missed the cut at both the Masters and the PGA. So read into that what you will.
I'm okay with it, but please don't do Siwoo Kim.
What do you hate so much about Siwoo Kim? Let's get to the bottom of this.
Siwoo Kim, he's not out. He's never out for blood. Siwoo Kim is out there to have a good time.
Now, what if I told you, number one, he's the cheapest person in my DFS lineup?
What's his price?
$6,900. And that's the thing. I mean, look, these are always really fun because you can just load your team with really strong lineup this week, just because of a more stacked field. But
what about Brian Harmon instead of Siwoo Kim?
Yeah, come on.
Denny McCarthy is interesting to me. If nothing more than he's one of the best putters out there. Harris English and Denny McCarthy.
I mean,
kind of the same. Akshay Bhatia is down there too. That could be a nice range.
Do you want to hear a really crazy?
Look at Daniel Berger way up here on the model. He's cheaper than Siwoo. Maybe.
What do you think Cam Smith prices to win the tournament?
One thing before I answer that question. Yeah. Patrick Reed is your guy, and he is 6,900, just like Siwoo Kim. Do with that what you will.
He's not out of. I won't rule him out. Just not a great showing at the PGA.
Okay, fine. Who do you? Cam Smith?
What do you think his price is to win it all? I don't think he would. Look, I'm not by any means recommending betting on Cam Smith. I'm not.
225.
It's 150 to 1.
Oh, okay.
Same price as Cam Young.
Did you see that ticket of the guy who parlayed Ryan Fox and Cam Young? Ryan Fox last week and Cam Young this week?
Yeah.
It's on 184K.
Yeah.
Idiot. Okay. Is Bryson worth $1,100? Do you think Bryson returns value at $1,100?
I'm not. I have my 2 horses in Xander and Jon Rahm, so we're not interested in Bryson. But I mean, I think he probably. I mean, look, there is a pretty high likelihood that he finishes top 10 here. I think.
Okay, fine.
I think Bryson shows well here, and I'm not. Look, we've covered. We know I'm not particularly a Bryson fan, but
yeah. Wow, I just made the winning lineup. Holy cow! I just made the winning lineup. I'm submitting it. Oh my goodness. I just made the winning lineup. I just won $1 million. Like this, I mean, this is it. Bryson?
Can't believe you don't like Siwoo. Siwoo finished 8th at the PGA.
Yeah, but did you see, like, 8th looks good from afar, but I believe at that event he was like in first going into the last like 6 holes, and then just complete and
Yeah,
utter just
73 on Sunday. Not great, but
yeah. There's no mental fortitude in that dude.
31, 28, 8, 17, 15, 8.
This
Those
is
are
a mental
his
fortitude
last
course.
5 events.
Mental fortitude is the number 1 stat this week, and Siwoo Kim is lacking in it.
The guy's ripping heaters. He's cracking jokes. Like come on.
He's loose, and I don't need loose out here. Do you want to hear? Do you want to hear the $1 million lineup?
Well, then what do we want?
Bryson?
You don't want loose. You don't want Terrell Hatton tight.
It's not gonna listen. Just you should listen. I talked you out of Richard T. Lee. I talked you out of a lot of winners. I want you to go with what you're comfortable with. I'm just saying. I don't think this track is a Siwoo Kim specialty. We'll say that.
Well, you say that every week.
About who? Siwoo Kim?
Yeah. You hate on my Siwoo Kim picks every week, and all he does is just keep producing.
Okay, hold on. This is $1 million lineup, by the way, and I need to fix it for you. I mean, you're gonna love this. I love this. Look at this. I shouldn't be giving this out for free. Find the flaw. That is 6 guys who are going to make the cut, 3 of who are going to get top 10.
Phil 5,800 that's wild.
I mean, let's say that Scotty has a meltdown.
I'm hoping you're not mushing my guy Patrick.
No, I like it. I like the play. Yeah. I think Patrick is another. I mean, this is your veteran. This is a veteran lineup. This is guys, no nonsense. Let's get in here. Let's get the job done. We know what it's going to take from us. There's no youth here. We don't need youth on this course. This is not for the sprightly go-getter. This is for rough around the edges. I've got wrinkles. I've played rounds. This is the lineup.
Sure.
And I submitted it. And when I win $1 million, we're going to post this clip. Somebody's going to have to
figure out who to make replacements on mine. I mean, I like the Harris English play.
I agree, and it's a good price. What is he, 67?
Yeah. I have Lowry, Rahm, Xander.
Lowry, great. Rahm, probably fine. I just personally don't care for him. Xander, fine. Okay. How do you?
Listen. So what are you not liking about Rahm? 8th at the PGA, 14th at the Masters.
Let me back up. I think this fits well for Rahm, and I think Rahm's going to do well here. Rahm and Rory are the same to me, where it's just like they've burned me so many times. They're expensive. The market loves them. I don't think they. I don't think they return as high. The value is what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean the $1 million bat signal is on the table. It's in the sky. Go outside. Look into the clouds, and you will see the faces of all these men. So, people want this show to be something of value. I've given the value today. This is
Hideki. I'm hard out on Hideki. We know that.
But Hideki is the third most expensive guy in this lineup. There's wiggle room there. So if you don't like Hideki, if you're looking at this lineup and you're saying the only flaw is Hideki, Zach, all you got to do right here, press this little X and plug in. I'll allow a substitution for Hideki. I'm just big Hideki guy this week, and I get it. Maybe I shouldn't be, right? But who? Let me ask you this: If I took out Hideki, do you like these 5 guys?
Well, some of them, like I said, I mean, look, I have Lowry on my lineup. I have Xander in my lineup.
You like Phil to make the cut, and at 5,800, you just need him to make
Yeah,
the
I
cut.
did like Phil to make the cut as a bet on its
Yep.
own.
I know historically you're a Patrick Reed stan, right? Or is that just at Augusta?
No, oh no. Well, it's strong at Augusta. It's a little more tempered elsewhere. You know, it's like we're friends. We're very good friends. So whenever we meet up at Augusta, but you
Right.
know,
Right. Okay. So take out Hideki.
I don't hate it though. I mean, I mean, he was under consideration. He was under heavy consideration for
Then let
this
me ask you
week. So
this. You build this lineup, you take out Hideki. Who is a guy at around that 800 or 8,000 number that you say, okay, I could build this
well,
lineup
we
and
said like Straka was a guy.
77, sure.
I mean, that's like that area is where I was struggling a little bit with who to find myself. I mean, even like originally I had Corey Connors in my
Ooh,
first run
I see
through.
what you mean. Ooh, I see what you mean because you have Brooks at 82. We hate Brooks.
Yeah, which no interest, no
We already
interest.
talked about Hatton. We don't like Hatton. Spieth. Spieth could be a sneaky play.
I mean, Corey Connors, PG. I mean, he hasn't really had a bad.
You're right. That range is ugly. You are right. Wow. You got to go with this lineup. It's even more of a sign.
I almost feel like I have to stick with. I mean, we did mention Ben Griffin,
Right.
who, like, just the irrepressible Ben Griffin.
Yep. Yep.
How, like, where's this? How does he do it? How does he keep doing it? People are asking. I noticed you're back out on M
Yeah.
this week.
Yeah.
Is that safe to say?
Definitely not this week.
No longer in on M.
We played the read last week and it didn't work, and that's fine. But this week is definitely not. You know, see, I can come in and out. I don't always get hung up on the same guys. Hideki, I'll give.
I just think, like I said, I'd be a lot higher on Patrick Reed this week. I don't know why that 93 at the PGA is what like makes me nervous. Like
One round. Come on.
well, one event, one
Oh,
tournament.
place. You're talking placement. Okay.
Yeah. He finished 93rd at the PGA. I mean that is concerning.
Okay. That's fair. That's valid. I'm going to dive into Patrick Reed just a second.
I still can't believe he. I mean, like I can, but he was the guy I loved the most at the price wise at the Masters. He finished third.
See, sometimes you just have to trust your reads. Fourth in Korea. Does he have it? Was Patrick Reed? Surely he was around a 20. Winged foot 13. Played winged foot really well. That was 5 years ago, but yeah, I'm okay with him at the price. 69. Yeah. Okay. I guess to summarize, I'd play your promos. I'm going to do a couple DFS lineups. I am for sure betting the final score. I need to see if it's on FanDuel because my limits on DraftKings weren't great. And you did get a stroke. You paid some juice. It's 278 on DraftKings minus 140. So winning score 3 under. We cash. I maxed it. My max is not great, but I like that play a lot. And I'm not going to say it's the best, my favorite play I've ever given out on the show, but I am going to allude to that being the case. I think the winning score is 6 under. I think 6 to 8. I think we're getting a really good. I think we're getting 2 and 3 strokes from where I think this ends up. I think that's very good. So I would take that I'd take up to 6 under, which is always going to be available for quite a while. And it's my favorite play I've ever given out on this show. Outside of that, I'm on Hideki for the whatever this is, this thing, King of the Course. Not because I expect him to win, but I expect him to compete, and I expect him. I mean, go look at his round 3. From what? Remember that? Remember what event was that where he went crazy in round 3? Not that that matters, but if he makes a cut, I like him to come back. Good. Do we want to? Let's do this. Let's each give out a FanDuel first round leader. No sweat bet.
Can you pull up the market at
Yeah.
all? Or
Round leader. Let me. How's that? I'll zoom it in.
I have this one up to just kind of compare.
Bryson at 18-1, I don't hate. Xander at 30-1.
20 to 1 at DK for what it's worth. I just have that pulled up just for comparison's sake.
I mean, you're gonna bet Xander at 30-1.
See, but the problem is he's not a day one guy. Like as his MO, it's like he plays like shit on day one, and then like they don't follow him. He doesn't get any coverage the rest of the weekend, and then it's like on Sunday the leaderboard, and it's like, wait, what the hell? Like, when did he get into the top 10? Like,
where's Keith Mitchell? Is he playing this week?
Jeez, I don't know if he's in the field.
He's not. So we can avoid that.
Who's the high school kid?
I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet on him, but just
Scotty, Bryson. Colin, Shane Lowry, 45-1. Don't hate Shane Lowry at 45-1. Berger? No. I will say this. It's not cute, but I will probably be betting one of these 3 guys. Why did that just do that? Sorry. Scotty, Bryson, or Shane Lowry is likely who I bet. I mean, Scotty Scheffler at 11-1 to lead the first round just feels like I probably shouldn't, but I don't know. Which wave is he? And does it matter? He's PMAN. So he gets the afternoon wave, which I haven't heard if that's, good or bad. I don't know. But sometimes I favor the afternoon guys. I just feel like it fits more into they can see kind of what's going on. They can take their time warming up. Yeah, I think, and Bryson's morning, we'll kick him out. What's Shane Lowry? I think I'm gonna go Bryson. And it's not the pick that people want me to give out, and I get it. Anybody can give out, Scotty Scheffler. But at 11-1, why not? What are you thinking?
I mean, I'm looking at a couple other things anyway. I mean, the problem is it's not a market it's good for this. It's good for this no sweat. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of the no sweat promo. If you can, certainly. It's just not something I look at a lot. But I don't know if you're going to throw a dart. Yeah. Like, I mean, Rahm 25-1 seems okay. I would probably lean more. Yeah. I like Lowry 45-1 seems fine. Justin Rose 65-1.
Okay, let's not. I mean, come on. We don't have to get crazy. Just bet Siwoo Kim.
See, but I'm not. Look, one thing that you'll notice with Siwoo, I don't talk about him for outrights. I don't talk about him for top fives, top tens. Like Siwoo is my top 20 guy and my DFS guy. That's where we get our bread gets buttered with Siwoo. Smoking Siwoo at top 20s and some DFS value. That's where we like Siwoo to be. And he returns that for us time and time again.
All right. I'll accept it.
You know, sometimes he has to putt with his fairway wood because he breaks his putter, and then he's out there putting the rest of the round with a fairway wood. But like he still gets it done.
This is what I'm talking about. It's not a week to take a guy who can't keep it. This is a between the ears week.
But he is. He's ripping darts now. Like he could not be more chill. Like this is not your father's Siwoo. This isn't the Siwoo that was like out there stressing out, thinking he was going to get commissioned into the military if he didn't, win the gold medal. That was a different Siwoo where, he knew that he was, but now that that's in the rearview mirror, now that that's past him and behind him, he knows that all he has to do is go out there and play, smoke a little bit. Smoking Siwoo is a different man.
Okay. I won't argue it anymore. It's fine. There are some cheap guys.
But yeah, I guess yes, very cheap. I mean, that's what I'm saying. You can go down there and find some like really good bargain bin guys, which, speaks to the depth of the field. It also speaks to the difficulty of this track. So, I mean, I don't know. Don't be afraid to go down there and grab some guys to miss the cut at some decent numbers because there's going to be some surprises. There's going to be some guys that don't make the cut that I think will be a little surprising. And on that note, like, again, I liked Koepka, Wyndham Clark, Dustin Johnson. Like, I love all three of those. Parlay them, birdcage, every which way, round robin. Plus 535 if you take all three. You can take any combination of the two and be somewhere in the, plus 275, plus 250-ish range. Any of those combination of two of those three. Koepka, Wyndham, DJ. Yeah. Like all those guys to miss the cut. Make the cut. I like Phil, plus 145. Scotty and Xander, we could go with a top 20 there for plus 106, which I don't know, maybe not the best value, but it's just it's like it's an automatic bet. It's like I can't stop myself. Every major, like Scotty and Xander, just put it in there. Top 20. Put me down for it every time. Lowry, a little top 20 action. Obviously Xander in their top 20 and a guy a little bit deeper down, Harris English. I don't hate the top 20 price there over 2-1.
Hey, that sounds good to me. I'm going to play my promos. Going to do a few DFS, and I really like the -6 to -8 winning score range, which can be bet, I'm sure, multiple different ways, multiple different books. I think this is scored on easier than is being projected. So that's where I'm at this week. Hideki outright, and Scotty's probably going to win it. That's where I sit.
Oh, these are live specials. That's
OKC -5. I think this series is over.
Come on.
Yeah. That's my
I hate that.
card today.
Absolutely hate that. I was looking to see if we could get if there was anywhere that had like a top debutante. I don't think we're gonna find that though. Some of these are
I do
so
need to find
stupid.
FanDuel to see if I can get a round winning score. I can't find that anywhere on here. Tourney specials looks just like a mess. Will there be a playoff hole in one? Oh, here we go. Under 278.5. So you would have to get a -3, -145. I just really like that bet. I just really like that bet. Under tourney specials. Probably should go look and see if there's a better price out there. But yeah.
What the course record is. The course record to be broken is 65 to 1.
What's the
Any player to be bogey free 72 holes. What do you think that price is?
say that again? Bogey free?
And you bogey free for 72
Oh, I
holes.
saw it. It's unbelievable. It's like, is it 90 to 1, 140 to 1?
300 to 1.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay, what's the course record at Oakmont? 63.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nobody's shooting a 62.
The course record at Oakmont.
How long ago was that?
Johnny Miller, Jack Nicklaus, Tom Wescomp, Vijay Singh, Justin Thomas, and Tommy Fleetwood all have gotten that. Wow. Okay. 6 guys have gotten the course record before, but it's 6 under. What is it to get the record? What is the
65 to 1. But somebody would have to shoot a 62, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I'm just double checking that that's correct. Just double checking that my data is correct here. Bryson DeChambeau posted 6 days ago the world's hardest golf course, Oakmont Country Club, on his YouTube channel. He's already letting it get in its head. He's titled a video "World's Hardest Course." Take him out of your lineups.
Yeah. Yeah. Abort. Yeah. Put ramen immediately.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's what I got today. I'm going to go swim some laps at the pool or go outside and trim some bushes or I need to do something outside. I've been here too long at the screen. Yeah. Hideki, Scotty, couple DFS, Phil to make the cut. I like that.
Yeah.
Winning score between 6 and 8. Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, we'll have to put out some sort of like recap post.
Yeah.
Where we I haven't been good about that the last couple weeks of like actually consolidating all my picks into one place and putting out my lineup and all that stuff. But
I tried last week, which is good because I had Sam Burns up there. But
yeah, no. I mean, look, last week, like I said, last week we did well with the Sam Burns, with Lowry, with anybody who tailed Richard T. Lee. You know, congrats. Played the round of his life.
Give you a break. Okay. Well, good luck to the Pacers tonight. I will be rooting for them, but I'm not optimistic.
Pacers in 6.
I thought you were going to end the stream right there.
Yeah, I don't know. My finger wasn't fast enough, but yeah.